Hello students, this is the second video of chapter 1 Economics, the story of village Palampur. This is the in continuation of the first video. In this video we shall read the further pages of chapter 1. This chapter we read in previous video the village Palampur. It is a well connected village in western UP. The near town is Sahapur. We know there are 450 families and in the village, and we also read about the basic facilities available in village Palampur. The main activity was going on was agriculture, and people were also engaged in some other activities like manufacturing or transportation, shopkeeping, etc. In this video, we shall move to page number 2. Page number 2, we start from the organization of production. The aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. The ultimate aim of the production is we have to produce some goods, some items, and some services for our convenience. There are 4 requirements for production of goods and services. The 4 basic needs are for producing the things and getting the services. The first requirement is land. The fundamental requirement is land and other natural resources such as water, forest, minerals, and other things. Particularly for agriculture and farming activities, we need land, water, and minerals, as well as some other things. The second requirement is labor. Labor is for doing work, people who will do the work. Some production activities require highly educated workers to perform the necessary tasks. Other activities require workers who can do manual work. Some are for the mental activities and some are for the physical activities. Each worker is provided the labor necessary for production, and worker is required for labor and it is necessary for the production. The third requirement is physical capital. The third needed thing is the physical capital, the variety of input required at every stage during production. What are the items that come under physical capital? Physical capital means the money is required for getting the things, for example, tools, machines, buildings. Tools and machines range from very simple tools such as farmer's plow to sophisticated machines such as generators, turbines, computers, etc. Tools, machines, buildings can be used in production many years and are called fixed capital. These are called the fixed capital because once it is purchased, so it can be used for coming times or coming years. Raw materials A. The B part is raw materials and money in hand. Production requires a variety of raw materials such as yarn used by the weaver and the clay used by the potter. These are the raw materials. For example, potter needs clay and the weaver needs yarn, so that these are called raw material for this particular work. Also, some money is always required during production to make payment and pay other necessary items. Some other things are also needed in side by side, so money is also useful for that purpose and buy other necessary items. Raw materials and money in hand is called working capital, and this is called the working capital because it is useful during the work. Unlike tools, machines, and buildings, these are used up in production, and all these things are useful in the production. Means in the first we need tools, machines, and buildings. These are the come under the physical capital, and these are we also call the fixed capital because it is one time purchase items. And second is working capital, money which is in the rolling, which is useful in day-to-day activities. There is a fourth requirement too. You will need knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together land, labor, and physical capital and produce an output either to use yourself or to sell in the market. So we also need the persons who are expert for selling the goods which we prepare. So this is the fourth requirement in the village for in the farmings. These this these days is called human capital. This is called the human capital. We shall learn more about the human capital in the next chapter. Coming chapter, we shall learn about the human capital, human expertise. In this chapter, we are focusing on the 3 points. Second is labor, and third is physical capital, and fourth one is the human capital. So important capitals are important 3 factors are labor, land, labor, and physical capital. In the picture, identify the land, labor, fixed capital used in production. We can see the 3 things are here. The first is the land is here, second is human beings are there, and third is the some machines are there. So 3 things are required for the production. Every production is organized by combining labor, land, labor, physical capital, and human capital, which are known as factors of production. So these are the 4 factors which we need for production. As we read through the story of Palampur, we will learn more about the first 3 factors, and the 4th factor we shall study in next chapter. First, farming in Palampur. Land is fixed. Most important and fundamental requirement is land. So farming is the main production activity in Palampur. 75% people who are working are dependent on farming for their livelihood. They could be farmer or farmer laborers. So they are in the 2 category. The first one is the farmer category, and second one is the farmer laborer. The well-being of these people is closely related to the production of the farms. So their lives are basically dependent on the production of the farming activities, farming work. But remember that there is a basic constraint in rising farm production. There are some basic difficulties for the farming activities. For example, monsoon is there, water facilities are there, land, the area of the agricultural land is also one of the constraint. Land area under cultivation is practically fixed. It is fixed. We cannot increase it. Since 1960 in Palampur, there has been no expansion in the land area under cultivation. By then, some of the wastelands in the village has been converted to cultivated land. Some areas are making good for agriculture. These exists no further scope to increase farm production by bringing new land under cultivation. So the most important constraint with land is it can't be increased. It can't be increased. The standard unit of the measuring the land in hectare, though in the village you may find the land area being discussed in the local units such as a bighas, etc. 1 hectare equal to the area of the square with one side measuring 100 meter. You can measure this land by different units. So this is the fundamental and the basic requirement for the production. Land is there in village. The second important factor is there a way one can grow more from the same land. In the kind of the crops grown and facilities available, Palampur would resemble a village in the western part of the state of Uttar Pradesh. We have already told you, we already know that actually it is the story comes under western part of the UP. All land is cultivated in the Palampur. The land is cultivated land. No land is left idle. The chance of the idle land is zero. Means all the land is useful for agriculture purposes. During the rainy season, Kharif farmers grow jowar and bajra. During the rainy season, means there are the two types of uh, the things are there. The Kharif is there, and second one is a Rabi. So Kharif is for the monsoon season, and Rabi is for after monsoon. These plants are used as a cattle feed. These are the food for the animals. It is followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. In the winter season, Rabi fields are sown with wheat. So wheat is the main agriculture product in the Rabi season, and in the Kharif the main production is rice. From the wheat producer, farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption and sell the surplus wheat at the market of Raiganj. A part of the land area is also devoted to sugarcane, and some part of the area is for the production of sugarcane, which is harvested once every year. Sugarcane in its raw form or as a jaggery is sold to traders in Sapur. It is as a good or as a raw material as a sugarcane sold in the market of Sapur. The main reason why the farmer are able to grow three different crops in a season is Palampur is due to the well developed system of irrigation. The, they can grow three different things in the village because of the water availability or facilities are good. Water is availability is good in this village. Agriculture, electricity came early to Palampur because agriculture activity is going smoothly because of the electricity, water facilities, etc. Its main impact was to transform the system of irrigation. Persian wheels were till then used by farmers to draw water from the wells and irrigate small fields. People saw that the electric run tube well could irrigate much large areas of land more effectively. So, in due course of time, we can see the different equipments uh, were using in the previous time, but as the electricity was there in the village, so electric equipments are more useful and more convenient for different activities in farming. The first few tube wells were installed by the government. The starting was done by the government. Government subsidy was there to purchase this electric equipments. But soon, however, the farmers started setting up private tube wells. But later on, the farmers they also purchased the private tube wells for irrigation. As a result, by mid 1970s, the entire cultivated area of 200 hectares was irrigated. So, whole the area was covered after 1970s till now. So, we can say that the Palampur, the village, is well equipped with the basic requirement. Uh, Land is there, the fertile land is there, well irrigated land, water facility is there, well irrigation is there due to availability of the tube well and water facilities. So, to grow more than one crop on a piece of the land during the year is known as multiple cropping. So, the multiple cropping is when we have more crop in particular area in one season or in around the year we have multiple crops, at least 2 or 3. So it is called multiple cropping. It is the most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. All farmers in the Palapuru grow at least two main crops. Many are growing potatoes as the third crop in the past 15 to 20 years. Now, in the next page, we have this comparison cultivated area over the year. In 1950, this you can go through this years, and in the is it important to increase the area under irrigation? Why? So when we increase the irrigation area, so more production is there. You have read about the crops grown in the Palanpur. Fill in the following tables based on the information of the crops grown in your region. You can do it by yourself. You have seen that one way of increasing the production from the same land is the multiple cropping. So multiple cropping is the very useful method to increase our production from the same land. The other way is to use a modern farming method. So other method is to increase the modern techniques for agriculture. For higher yield is required as crop produced on a given piece of land during a single. Till the mid 1960, the seeds used in the cultivation were traditional ones with relatively low yields. Traditional seeds needed less irrigation. Farmers used cow dung and other natural manures as fertilizers. So the previous time what happened, the seeds were not artificially made. They were not high yield varieties. The farmers used cow dung, natural manure for for production. No artificial fertilizer was used, but due course of time, in modern times, farmers were using artificial fertilizers and high yield variety seeds. All these were readily available with the farmers who did not have to buy them. After what happened? The Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmer to cultivation of wheat and rice using high yielded variety. So they, after Green Revolution in agriculture, the farmers now start using high yield variety seeds compared to the traditional seeds. The high yield variety seeds promised to produce much greater amounts of grain on a single plant. So more production is there from less seeds, and production is good in quality because of the high variety of seeds. As a result, the same piece of land would now produce far larger quantities of food grains than was possible earlier. So previously the less production was there, but after using the high yield varieties seeds, the more production from the same piece of land. However, needed plenty of water and also chemical fertilizers. Although it is needed modern chemical fertilizers, look in this diagram. There on one side we have modern tools like for tractors, diesels, irrigation facilities are also there, canal system, jet pump is there, electricity, dam, and artificial fertilizers, pesticides for killing the insects. Higher yields were possible only from a combination of high yield seeds, irrigation, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, etc. So there should be a combination of all these factors to produce good output. So one side there is a high yield variety seeds are there, good facility of water, chemical fertilizers are there, and pesticides are there. So farmers of the Punjab, Haryana, and western Uttar Pradesh were the first to try out the modern farming methods in India. The farmers in these regions set up tube wells for irrigation. They are started using tubules and made use of high yield seeds, chemical fertilizers and pesticides in farming. So they are starting using in Punjab and western part of the UP. The farmer started using this high yield seeds, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, irrigation facilities, modern facilities like pumps, tube wells, etc. Some of them bought farm machines like tractors and threshers, which made ploughing and harvesting faster. Because of these modern machines, the things will perform easily and quickly. They were rewarded with high yields of wheat, and as a result, they have more production. In Palampur, the yield of wheat grown from the traditional variety was 1300 kg per hectare with high yield variety seeds. The yield went up to 3200 kg per hectare. So there is a huge uh, difference between the traditional variety seeds and high yield variety seeds. Here in the traditional varieties we have the production of 1300 kg, and here we have 3200 kg production in the one hectare per hectare. There was a large increase in the production of wheat. Farmers now had greater amount of surplus wheat to sell in the market. So they have a large production, more production, and they go in the market for selling their production. Now let's discuss what is the difference between multiple cropping and modern farming cropping. We know the multiple cropping and modern farming methods are equipments. Modern equipments is used in agriculture purposes. The following table shows the production of the wheat and pulses in India after the Green Revolution in units of the million tons. Plot this on the graph. Was the Green Revolution equally successful for the both this crop? Discuss. We can have we can note by this diagram, this data, that production of the pulses are not so much increase as compared to the wheat. Wheat's having the more production after this Green Revolution. What is the working capital required by the farmer using modern farming methods? These are the questions you have to solve. Next part here. Modern farming methods required the farmer to start with more cash than before. Yes, in the modern farming methods, we need to expend more on modern machines and high yielding variety of seeds. So we have to start with more capital. During your field visit, talk to some farmers of your regions. It is a practical questions. You can do it, and you can experience by doing yourself. What are the sources of irrigations in the particular village? From where do farmers obtain the inputs that they require? How much of the cultivated land is irrigated? Little, very, nearly half, all. You can These are the practical assignment you can do to visit any village of Katni. Will the land sustain? Land being a natural resource, it is necessary to be careful in its use. Land is a basic requirement, basic asset, and it is a natural resource, so it is there, but we have to take care of it. Scientific reports indicates that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resources base. Scientific reports give the negative reports because due course of time we are using more and more artificial or chemical fertilizers in this land, so we are reducing its productivity. In many years, green revolution in the associated with the loss of soil fertility due to the increased use of chemical fertilizers. Also, Continuous use of groundwater for tube wells irrigation has led to the depletion of the water table. Water level is also going down. Quality of the fertility of soil is also reduced. Environmental resources like the soil fertility and groundwater are built up over years. Once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. We must take care of the environment to ensure future development of agriculture. Next page. In this page, what happened? After reading the following reports from the newspaper, magazine, write a letter. You can do it as an assignment. Chemical fertilizers providing minerals which dissolves in water are immediately available to plant, but these may not be retained in the soil for long. They may escape from the soil and pollute the groundwater, rivers and lakes. Chemical fertilizers can also kill the bacteria and other microorganisms in the soil. This means sometime after their use, the soil will be less fertile. This is a report says that reports are against this use of chemical fertilizers and tube wells. The consumption of the chemical fertilizer in Punjab and report also says that in the Punjab and the western part of UP, the production level is also reduced due to high use of these chemicals, and water level also goes down due to use of tube wells or jet pumps to take water underground. In next video, we shall move further. How is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur? In next video, we see this part.